and human resource. So basically,
Oh hell yeah.
so what? So I've had a lot of awkward encounters. Um, what I do is like I screen people, I hire, I interview. That's what I do, right? So part of human resource and hiring also.
You know how to deal with motherfuckers for sure.
Yes. So part of that is recruiting, and a lot of recruiting prior to COVID was obviously done in person. Yeah. So depending on the position that I'm hiring for, sometimes we do hire like high schoolers, seniors, juniors, stuff like that. So before COVID, I used to go to some high schools to do like recruiting events. And I'm sitting there trying to be all professional and whatnot, and then I would have kids come up to me like, "Hey, didn't you do a song with Big Tone?" And I'd be like, "Shit, man, I'm trying to like, sit here and be professional and whatnot." But yeah, definitely in those instances, or like even people that come in for interviews, like we sit down and we're getting ready to do this, and they're like, "Wait, aren't you?" Yeah, yeah. And sometimes I'll fuck with people because once again, I try really hard because my job is so like corporate-y. I try to keep like who I am as an artist versus who I am on a daily basis so separate. My birth name is not Cassandra Rose, right? So when those encounters happen, people are like, "Wait, this is your name, but you look like her." And sometimes I'll fuck with people and I'll be like, "No, that's not me." And I'll be like, "No, it's you," and I'm like, "Nah, you're tripping. That's not me."
Yeah, that's hella funny. And then like nowadays it's kind of dangerous to be an artist, you know what I mean? And there's also like
kind of like you mentioned, like little details. I I definitely learned from experience because I've been in situations where I was at an event strictly there for business to perform, to do shows, and unfortunately something happened and I was caught in the crossfire. I mean, not only does it put like me at risk, the people that I came with at risk, but like my image, you know what I'm saying? Like, yes, it's part of me and it's part of the streets, and absolutely. And once again, anybody who knows me knows what's up. It's nothing I have to explain or speak on because if you know me, you know. But it's not something that it's not cute, like my dad always used to tell me when I was younger, if you're gonna do these shows, don't walk around drunk, like conduct yourself properly, be professional. Don't forget that you're a woman, those types of things. And it's advice that I took for granted in the beginning, but like I said, I definitely learned from experience, little details like that, making sure that I'm aware of myself, and not even just that, like performing. I don't want to sit there and forget my lyrics or some shit. But as far as like the unity amongst the people that I kick it with, I'm very blessed to say that that's something that just comes naturally. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've had the same group of friends since I was 11, and that's rare, especially with girls. So I feel like I was blessed. That's just something that my circle already like internally had. But as far as like the community, just trying to always have something interesting to say.
yeah, you be on some that motherfucker be on some shit though. I mean, it's crazy for me, but I like him as like it's kind of weird, I'm not intuitive, but I can kind of see people, you feel me? And I can just tell that fool's like solid, and like our politics might not be the same or our ideas might not be the same, but how he carries himself in the streets and as an individual, I think we have a lot more in common. So that's what like I focus on that, and I think it's cool for everybody. I'm happy that he's passionate about something,
Right, right. Yeah, and he's not afraid to be who he is and speak on it. So
Exactly. That's what I love about people, girl, is that like he could be like that's a good example of just somebody that Avato that could be like, hey man, I already got this following. I can't, I don't know if I should be myself. I'm really thinking these things, and then so he goes on. He's himself, and I think people don't give a fuck about what he's talking about necessarily more than knowing that he's really believes in what he's saying. So whatever he talks about, they're gonna fuck with him because they believe him basically.
Yeah, and he knows how to have a good debate. Like, even though he may not agree with you. You know what I'm saying? There's always a good debate that'll come from that. So that'll be interesting. I'm gonna tune into that.
Yeah, yeah.